Hi everyone, welcome to our new AMA video. I am Philipp, the CEO of EarnBIT. Today I will tell you all about our updates at the crypto exchange, including one very exciting announcement that I will start with. So before turning it to the question we got from social media, I'd like to apologize for the delay. Our team has been quite busy with all the development work and other events, and today you will see that it paid off. So the first big piece of news is our listing on CoinGecko. I'm sure you know about the largest crypto data aggregator, the largest independent one. CoinGecko features over 15,000 tokens and tracks them across over 1,000 exchanges. Now, one of them is EarnBIT. Getting listed is surely a big publicity boost. CoinGecko has over 200 million page views and over 10 million average users monthly. EarnBIT is listed as a crypto exchange, so you can now watch our statistics in real time on this biggest website. Exchanges must meet a wide range of criteria to be featured. Besides, like I said, it is an independent assessment. This listing recognizes our service standards in technology, customer service, and social media community building. I would be lying if I told you this was our first try. We had to put in some work for this to happen. The next step is to list our EBT token after it goes live. And of course, reaching out to other monitoring sites. Stay tuned. On these notes, that wasn't the only listing we secured. We also got listed on CS Hub in June. Is an independent software marketplace that helps users make informed decisions. It provides only verified and up-to-date information about apps. So now let's take the first user question. I must say we've been getting a lot of questions about the launchpad. So when is the launchpad launching? It has already. I'm proud to say that it is fully functional. I guess some of you missed our updates, so let me recap. Our launchpad is the first and only launchpad that runs on the Stellar blockchain. It was built with a grant from the Stellar Community Fund. At the last AMA session, I think I said we hoped to finish it in June, and we did. That means blockchain startups using the Stellar blockchain can streamline their funding rounds. This is a powerful springboard for new talent. I've described how it works before, and we have all the details on social media. Basically, project that meets our requirement get listed for voting, and the community decides which to support. All transactions are done in Stellar Crypto and EBT, our exchange utility token. We provide a transparent and objective process, including team verification of every candidate, community voting, and comprehensive support. We're now going to move forward, and of course, you will know all the details in due time. The central milestone at this point is our streaming service. It will complement the launchpad as a community building platform. Basically, it will help projects gain community support through different content forms, collaborations with opinion leaders, live interaction with users, marketing partnerships, and more. We'll tell you more about it in due time. So here is the next question. What about live events? Where are you going next? Well, right now, I can only say that we had a very productive July, and June was also impressive, and all the highlights came from Asia, which is a highly important region for crypto adoption. First, our team flew to Good Morning Vietnam 2024. We had an incredible 2 days of networking, collective inspiration, and collective exploring. So there was a great mood, great moments, and a great event overall in Ho Chi Minh City. Next came July and a trip to Malaysia for its blockchain week. It was an incredible experience for us both culturally and professionally because we could work with so many Web3 experts, crypto leaders, and so on. It was very educational and entertaining at the same time. Of course, if any collaboration results from those trips, we will share the news on social media. Next, we also participated in an online community event organized by Stellar. This took place on Discord. I had an opportunity to update the community about our progress with the Stellar launchpad and to unveil further plans. Of course, live interaction is always very productive and useful because you can see what the audience likes and focus on things that matter. All right, I guess the next question, tell us about planned listings. Of course, we are negotiating new listings for the exchange all the time. As for July, we had one new token on the exchange. We included USDT on the Tone network, the open network. So that's one more standard you can use to transfer Tether from and to EarnBIT. We also have ERC20 on Ethereum and TRC20 on Tron. Tron is world famous and is now extremely popular because of its very low fees, security, and energy efficiency. It is a huge force in driving the Web3 revolution. USDT on Tron leverages Telegram's user base. The messenger now has almost 1 billion monthly active users, and they can enjoy a smooth Web3 experience with efficient payments. So it's quite an important integration for crypto adoption in general. And now we can move on to the market because a lot has happened. So how did you feel on Monday when the market crashed? It's interesting. You ask about my feelings rather than projections. Of course, the market crash on August 5th shocked us all, not just in crypto, but in stocks and other traditional markets. But if you look at what's really happened, there was nothing extraordinary. I mean, there was a clear logic to the event. The Bank of Japan decided to hike its interest rate once again, kind of unexpectedly, so traders cannot use the yen for carry trade anymore. As we explained in our post, carry trade is when you basically borrow asset from a country with a low interest rate and then invest this money into other assets that give you higher returns. That's a very basic description. Now the yen cannot be used for that because the interest rate is higher than before. The yen carry trade gone unwinding, and it took all those parties in the market by surprise. Naturally, Bitcoin also crashed, and it came as a sharp contrast to what we saw before. In early July, cryptos railed on American politics with Trump support and pro-crypto statements. So things were really looking great, and then suddenly you faced with this reality of everything collapsing. But I think people in crypto generally should be more stress resistant because, come on, we saw a similar thing in 2022. FTX came crashing down. We saw this domino effects of business closing and tokens tumbling. So such things really teach you to be more patient and look at things in perspective. We have to take a higher vantage point to speak, to understand how everything is connected, not just look at the Bitcoin chart all day. Everything in life is temporary, and in markets as well. Any shock will pass sooner or later. There's a decline before a rally and another decline and so forth. The more you watch the crypto industry, the more relaxed you should feel when you see such situations. Focus on the bigger picture, long-term trends, and remember that panic never helps anyone. In trading, it is actually very dangerous because people make impulsive decisions like selling the dip. Those decisions are regretted when things settle down. Do rational analysis and calculations, like calculate every step. And for that, you need knowledge. You need to understand the history of these markets and how things unfolded before. Of course, past performance doesn't guarantee future returns. Everybody knows that. But panic is always a trap. By the way, Bitcoin's fall during the yen crisis also looked like an epic bear trap. I'm not the first to say that. When Bitcoin hit 62K last week, traders started to notice. Here, we saw the classic pattern. First, the market starts falling and traders rush to sell because they fear losses. Then the market suddenly reverses and starts rising again. So those sellers now finding themselves trapped. That pretty much describes what's happened. Right, here comes the next question. Did this crisis change your projections for Bitcoin? Well, first of all, I did not say I had any specific projections. Of course, I know some experts want to see 100K or even more by the end of 2025. Do I think it's likely? I cannot say. I'm not in a position to give financial advice. But speaking of Bitcoin, we should look at crypto fundamentals, not just the macro landscape. And on July 29th, we had 100 days after the last halving. It matters because it's a historic point when things start changing. That is when Bitcoin's returns generally start growing and continue growing until around day 400. So that's what we saw with the past halvings every 4 years. So this gives one supporting fundamental. Lower supply leads to appreciation. It's a natural, logical phenomenon. And going back to projections, I'm not giving any figures, but I can say there are different reasons to be optimistic because of policies, things like spot ETFs, court decisions, and crypto supply mechanics. Right, how do you feel about the Bitcoin strategic reserve? Can Trump build it? First, it's not just Trump who talks about it. There is also Robert Kennedy Jr. There is also an American senator who actually proposed the bill to make it official. It all sounds really nice, but who will be next president? We don't know. So that is the first point. Secondly, even if Trump is elected, he's not guaranteed to create that fund and deliver on his promises. I'm saying this not just because politicians do not always follow thoughts. It is because Trump's one of the many decision makers in the system. But of course, if it happens, it would be great for Bitcoin. Strategic reserve would reflect its power and digital gold and its value for the American people and the world. Finally, one thing that could make it more likely to competition with China, because the US will likely be more aggressively competitive under Trump. So enough about Bitcoin. There are other markets. So here's the next question. How do you feel about the Ripple verdict? Okay, I made a post about this case last week. First of all, yes, That's definitely true. It's the verdict, but it's not a victory for 100%. The judge ruled that institutional XRP sales were illegal. They broke US security laws. At the same time, the Securities and Exchange Commission wanted to get around $2 billion, but Ripple will pay just 125 million. That's 49% less. The case showed that their SEC was overreaching. Now, experts say that it is very unlikely that XRP will be classified as a security because the case set a precedent. It is a big win for the industry in general, as Ripple CEO said. The case continued for almost 4 years, and this uncertainly pressured the token. Now it's resolved. Of course, XRP price rockets after the ruling on August 7th. And it's not just the ruling, but also other fundamental traders will look at. For example, Ripple Labs is launching new partnership with Dubai businesses to promote crypto adoption. And now, here's an interesting question about other sides of crypto. What do you think of Hamster Kombat? Here we speak about tap to earn games. So basically, the name explains it. They give you crypto just for tapping the screen. Hamster Kombat is probably the most recognizable, but there is also Coin, Tap Swap, Yes Coin, Pixel Tap, and many other variations. I don't play them just because it's not my thing, but let's think about how they work. It's quite simple. There is an icon in the center that you tap, and more times you tap, the more tokens you get. There are different tasks, different referral bonuses, boosters, and so on. Users can even install bots for automatic tapping. So on one hand, it's all very beneficial for Ton because the games run on its network. They attract new users to the blockchain, making it even more popular. But as for mechanics, you must be a little worried about addiction. Besides, their airdrops did not even start yet. Hamster Kombat has 300 million users, but it has not done any airdrops. They're just in the works. So what bothers people is that users invest loads of time and gain is not guaranteed. So the addictive part is generally the most worrying. The game gives an illusion of easy money, but nobody has cashed out yet. Naturally, players want to earn as much as possible, so they spend loads of time tapping. It becomes a compulsive behavior. For example, teenagers lose sleep just to score higher because they get this dopamine rush. Everybody likes rewards, quick and easy, but we can see that parents are really worried about this addictive design and this promise of money. So first, let's see how the first airdrops unfold and if the games really deliver on their promises. Secondly, developers must really address those problems with young users. But as for crypto promotion, this tool is genius and pretty simple. You can't deny that. And I guess that's all for now. Thanks a lot for watching and sending your questions. As usual, you can reach out and send using any of our social media channels. So feel free to reach out and see you next time.